Hey guys, my name is Donnie and welcome back to the outside of my workshop. And the reason why we're on the outside is because today I'm working on the nose. I want to make a grill for the motorhome, and the motorhome is too large for the workshop, so it is sticking out the front. So let me flip the camera around and I'm going to show you how I plan on making this grill. Okay guys, so just a bit of a recap. This motorhome has been completely built from scratch here in my workshop. So basically everything that you see in front of you has been made bespoke, and this is the result. And because everything was made bespoke, guys, there is no grill that'll fit into that cavity over there. I need to make something from scratch that'll fit in there. Now I had two options. One is that I could just use some plastic mesh and put it in there and my problem would have been solved. But guys, I figured that since I've spent so much time making this motorhome and making it as beautiful as I could just as well spend a little bit of time and make a nice grill that'll go into that cavity. Now guys, as far as the construction of this grill goes, I had a couple of prerequisites. One is that it needs to happen very fast because I cannot spend too much time on this grill. There's just so much other work that needs to be done on this motorhome. And the other thing is I need to make it look pretty. So I was really hoping to make it out of carbon fiber so that it would then fit in with that carbon fiber windshield frame that I got up there. And it'll also pay homage to the fact that this motorhome, even though it's large, is very, very light because I only used the lightest of weight of material on this motorhome to keep the weight down. Now guys, the way that I figured I was going to make this grill was by putting a couple of louvers in there and making it out of something like, for instance, a PVC pipe that I had then cut into slithers and made the PVC pipes and made some louvers and then covered it with carbon fiber and then finish it off. But actually, if you just follow me into the workshop, I have already tried doing that. So I took a PVC pipe and I cut it into slithers and I tried to make a set of louvers that would fit in the front of this motorhome. Now guys, the only problem with that I realized after doing all of this is that because the front of the motorhome's nose is curved ever so slightly, these louvers need to be compounded. In other words, they are curving in that direction, but they're also curving like that on the motorhome. And I cannot get this plastic to bend for the life of me. I even tried to heat it up and everything, but I couldn't get it to bend and shape neatly into the form that I was looking for. So basically, guys, I'm going to scrap this whole idea. And I've decided to go back to my roots. And I'm going to take a piece of aluminium and I'm going to make a grill that is fitting for this motorhome and fit it on there, and then I can decide whether I want to put some carbon fiber on top of it or just leave it black or whatever I want to do with it. So basically guys, that's what's going to happen in this video. I need to put down my engineering hat and take up a couple of paintbrushes because today I'm going to become an artist. I need to make a grill that is fitting for this motorhome, and how it's going to look and what it's going to look like, I have no idea. So I'm just going to start by shaping something and putting it onto the motorhome and finding something that looks good for me and that looks modern and that is fitting for this motorhome. So let's get going. Okay guys, time for an update. I have now finished shaping what's going to become the front or the grille of this motorhome. And guys, you might have noticed that I've moved away completely from the whole louver idea, and that guys is because now that I decided on making it out of aluminium, I could basically shape this front in any form that I wanted. And I've noticed that some of the more modern vehicles are moving away from the whole louver front end grille idea, and they're making a flatter front and just putting in some holes strategically for the intake, for the fresh air that goes into the radiator. And guys, that's the idea that I'm going for, making it look a little bit more modern, and also keep in mind that it's going to be made out of carbon fiber hopefully when I'm done. So guys, now that I've come this far, I can start making the holes into this grille, strategically placing them so that they not only look pretty but are also functional for fresh air to go into the radiator. But I'm going to show you how I plan on doing that in a moment. I just want to take this grille off, put it inside of my workshop, and then I can show you exactly how I plan on making those holes. Okay guys, so on this grille I wanted to start making some holes strategically throughout this whole grille. And guys, I needed to make them uniform, and I needed to be able to replicate the holes every single time so that it would look perfect on this grille. And guys, it actually ended up being an evolution of note, making a tool that could make these holes. I first started off with a wooden form that I was going to place at the back of this grille and just cut a hole in there, and then start hammering it down and then shaping this grille into that, or shaping that hole into this grille. And guys, that wasn't giving me good results at all. And I then started making a punch out of steel that I could then just use to punch a hole into this grille. And also the results wasn't uniform all the time, and this punch then evolved into a press of sorts. So basically the idea is I'm going to mark out where I want my holes, and then I'm going to drill a pilot hole on the left and right hand side of that hole, and then I'm going to use my jigsaw and then just cut an opening between the left and right hand side, and then I need to finish it off. And what I can do then is I can just put this female part of the press behind my grille, and then I can put this part of the press on top, and I can squeeze it down using some ATF oil just to lubricate it, and hopefully I'm gonna have this type of result every single time. So that is the look that I'm going for, and basically I hope to replicate this many times on this grille strategically. So let's see how it goes. I'm gonna either ruin this grille completely, or I'm gonna have fantastic results, but this is the idea, so let's get going. Alrighty guys, time for an update. Let me tell you, I am over the moon with the results that I got from this press. These holes are looking absolutely fantastic, and I was able to get every single one of them absolutely perfect. It did take me a while to go through the whole process, but man, I'm so happy with the results. It is really looking awesome. Let me put this grill on the motorhome so we can see what it looks like. Alrighty guys, there we go. 1x grill, or mold for a grill. And guys, I gotta tell you, I kinda dig it. You guys can tell me what you think about it, but I like it. It is completely different to the original design. Like I said, I had those louvers in mind, but I think it's gonna look very good. And it also looks very different to anything that I've ever seen on a motorhome like this. Now guys, the next step is that now that I've finished making this aluminium mold, I'm going to take this off, and like I said, because this is only the mold, I can flip it over and I can layer some carbon fiber on the inside. First put some releasing agent on there, and then put some clear resin on the inside, and then put some carbon fiber, and then just reinforce it till it's nice and thick and strong. And what I can do then is I can peel off this aluminium mold that I made, and I should have myself a beautiful carbon fiber grill that I can put on this motorhome. So let me do that, and hopefully it doesn't take too long, and we can see what the results look like. Okay guys, time for an update. I've now finished laying 2 layers of carbon fiber inside of this mold, and guys, I nearly had a massive bugger up. And that is that when I started laying the carbon fiber, I found that it wasn't conforming to these fine curves of the louvers, and I had to very quickly come up with a solution. In Afrikaans we'd say "gonna moer spoed," because this resin was starting to cure, and I had to make a plan very quickly to make sure that it conforms to the louver's shape. So what I went ahead and done is I very quickly just made some extra louvers out of some off-cut material, and I placed it on top of the existing louvers of the mold, and I just put some pressure on it with these bricks so that it would sandwich the carbon fiber in, and hopefully make sure that there wouldn't be any cavities or anything that would form on the mold. So I hope that fixed my problem. I should really consider starting to use vacuum forming in future, but this is what I came up with. Like I said, I had to very quickly come up with a plan. I hope it's going to work. So guys, any case, I'm just going to leave this to dry for a couple of days, and then I'm going to trim it off and delaminate it, and hopefully I won't have any or too many cavities on the other side. If I do, I can just fix it with some more resin, but let's see what it looks like. Okay guys, there we go. I've now taken this grill or this product out of the mold, and the results are in, and the results are not good at all. Unfortunately, the idea that I had, or the plan that I had of sandwiching those pieces of offcut behind these louvers to make sure that there weren't any air bubbles behind the carbon fiber, it didn't work very well at all. There's still a lot of air bubbles and a lot of mistakes and cavities that needs to be fixed on this product before I can install it. So not good at all. But in any case guys, I do have an idea how I'm going to fix it, but I decided that I was going to end the video now, and I will update you guys in a later video of the results. But my idea is maybe just putting some resin in all of these cavities, or even flipping that grill over or that mold over and just putting a layer of resin in there, and then putting this one back into the mold and clamping it down, and hopefully forcing that resin into all of these little cavities. And when that is dry, I can take it out for a second time and then sand it down smoothly and finish it off. But that's the idea. Maybe one of you guys can come up with an even better idea, so that I won't have to completely redo this grill from scratch. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. As you can see, it doesn't always go to plan, but I do hope that you enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. Cheers!